Good morning, this is Ashley. This morning, I wanted to talk about my daily reading. I read through the Bible each year, and today my psalm is 107. And I've always loved that psalm because it talks about 4 different types of distress, even 4 different types of people or circumstances, and how they cry out to the Lord in their distress and He delivers them. A few episodes back, I read from Isaiah 63:9, I think it was, that said, "In all their distress, He too was distressed, and the angel of His presence saved them." I woke up this morning with a little song in my mind that goes, "The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning, new every morning. Great is your faithfulness, O Lord. Great is your faithfulness." And then I go to my reading, and it's all about that theme. It starts out, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good, for His steadfast love," and that's that Hesed word, that loving kindness, steadfast love endures forever. "Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, whom He has redeemed from trouble." And then it goes on to talk about, it's a long psalm, but I just encourage you to read it, Psalm 107, and see if you can find yourself in one of these situations. I just jotted down some notes from the psalm. I think it talks about a hungry soul, a trapped, exhausted soul, a wounded soul, and a soul at its wit's end. And the 4 scenarios that he talks about are when we feel stuck in a dry and empty place with no direction and nothing will satisfy. And it says that when we cry out to the Lord in that type of distress, He will lead us by a straight path to a city of rest and a place of satisfaction. Sometimes we're in a scenario where we feel stuck in darkness and the shadow of death, maybe going through the grief of death of somebody, or the death of a dream, or the death of a normal, where we feel prisoner to afflictions and sorrows, maybe due to our own independent life choices. Sometimes our griefs are things that happen in life that we can't control, but oftentimes our sorrows are things that came from choices we made. Our own independence even has led us to a place of complete and total desperation. But it describes just working and laboring and feeling oppressed. And do you ever feel like that? Like you are working so hard, even just paycheck to paycheck, and you feel like you can never just truly rest. You're exhausted, and you feel trapped in your circumstances. You don't know or see any way out of that. It says that when we are in that situation and we cry out to Him, He leads us to a place of freedom and breaks our bondage, breaks our chains. Sometimes we're stuck in suffering and depression, and we don't even want food. And it could even be because of our own choice. So many things that we go through in life are either things that we're suffering because of wrongs done to us, or even wrongs we've done to others, not to mention just life itself being full of trouble. So this is the wounded soul, but it talks about when this person cries out to the Lord in their distress, He delivers them from their trouble. He heals their wounds and delivers them. And then this final one that the psalm talks about, it describes a business person who maybe had incredible life dreams, and they've pursued these dreams, and these dreams have come crashing down all around them, just maybe failed business plans, failed direction. You were certain you were on the right path and you pursued it, and now you're at a dead end and you're absolutely reeling. It's a staggering shock. The sudden loss of a job, maybe, that you thought would be yours until you retired, or financial ruin, or your stocks crashed, or something financial happened to you and you have absolutely no clue what to do. This is the one I called a soul at its wit's end. And when this person cries out to the Lord in their distress, it says that he quiets their regrets and leads them in a new direction. You know, because sometimes the sting and pain of regret can become such a stronghold, like I was talking about yesterday, that it leads to despair. But with the Lord, he can quiet our regrets. He even says, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. Behold, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Like, he can take our worst mistakes and turn them into our greatest chapters of life. He is the author of life. And he's the one that calls things that are not as though they were, and who speaks life out of nothingness. I mean, when the earth was formless and void, the Spirit was hovering over the waters, and he said, behold, let there be light. And there was light. No darkness is dark to him. So if you have time today, I just encourage you to read Psalm 107 and get all the details and the poetry of it. You may see yourself in it. I've seen myself in all of these situations in some form or fashion, but the part that doesn't change is that phrase, they cry out to him in their distress, and he delivers them from all his trouble, from all their trouble. And that his steadfast love never ceases. He never changes. Our same God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He doesn't change like shifting shadows. Great is his faithfulness. There's no shadow of turning with him. His love never ends. His loyalty never ends. His pursuit never ends. His provision never ends. He opens his hands and satisfies the desires of every living thing. From the tiniest little ant that runs through your yard unseen, to huge creatures in the forest, to the redwoods and sequoias, to the craziest looking fish in the deepest part of the sea, to you and me.